everyone, my name is Mary Joy Peace. My topic that I assigned for me is about social digital, which is it will be helpful to situate digital citizenship within the context of social media. So, situating digital citizenship within the context of social media means understanding how people interact, communicate, and behave responsibly online. So, understanding how to navigate and magpakatino sa online community. It's involved things like being magalang sa iba, pagprotekta sa inyong privacy or privacy ng iba, pag-iingat sa mga bagay na inyong binabahagi, and thinking critical about information you come across. For example, being respectful in online discussion, avoiding spreading false information, and respecting others' privacy are all aspects of digital citizenship within the realm of social media.
Hello everyone, I am Josamila Bita, and the topic that assigned for me is social media, which is social media has become a normal part of our modern living. As we all know in our generation today, that social media has a big influence in our life nowadays. Halos lahat ng mga tao, lalong-lalo ng mga kabataan ay may mga Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok at iba pa. Ito na rin ang nagiging pangunahing paraan ng ating communication at balitaan. When there is news or trending topic, malalaman mo agad dahil mabilis itong kumakalat sa social media. Nagiging platform din ito para sa iba't ibang anyo ng self-expression mula sa pagpo-post ng selfies, videos at mga saloobin hanggang sa pag-share ng art, music at iba't ibang mga talents. When it comes from business, malaking tulong ang social media. Maraming mga negosyo ang umaasa sa social media para sa marketing at customer engagement. Dito rin nagtitrend ang mga bagong products and services. But hindi lang puro positive ang epekto ng social media. May mga issue din tulad ng cyberbullying, fake news at mental health concerns na dulot ng sobrang paggamit neto. Kaya importante rin na maging responsible tayo sa paggamit ng social media at mag-set ng boundaries para sa sarili nating well-being.
Good day everyone. My name is Mylene Grace M. Fagotana. Our topic is all about digital citizenship. Social media also had significant effect among organizations. In the economy, online marketing, delivery, and consumption of goods and services are now done by private businesses. Malaki talaga ang impact ng social media sa atin. Lalo na when it comes sa communication kasi maraming mga tools o social media platform that we use to communicate with each other. Mapalapit man yan o malayo. Malaki din ang impact ng social media, lalo na sa ating economy kasi napapadali ng social media ang process for information para makilala palalo at maging patok sa masa yung produkto na nilalabas. At pati na rin mapadali yung serbisyo. Like the Grab or Food Panda na hindi na need lumabas to buy food you want. Just one click on social media, then you have your own food na talaga.
So hello, good day everyone. I am Charil Ligracia and I will be discussing about the digital citizenship. So what is digital citizenship? Digital citizenship refers to the responsible and ethical use of technology by individuals as members of the digital community. It encompasses various aspects such as online etiquette, digital literacy, cyber safety, and understanding of digital rights and responsibilities. A key component of digital citizenship is the ability to navigate the internet safely and respectfully, which includes recognizing and avoiding cyberbullying, protecting personal information, and understanding the implication of one's digital footprint. With the rapid advancement of technology and the pervasive presence of the internet in daily life, cultivating digital citizenship is essential for ensuring that individuals, particularly young people, engage positively and productively in online world. So, furthermore, digital citizenship involves understanding the broader impact of one's action in the digital space. This includes being aware of the potential consequences of sharing false information, respecting intellectual property, and engaging in the civic activities such as online activism and digital democracy. In educational institutions and organizations, it plays a crucial role in fostering digital citizenship by providing the necessary tools and resources to help individuals develop critical thinking skills and discern credible sources and participate con- constructively in the digital world. As a society becomes increasingly interconnected through technology, promoting digital citizenship is vital for creating a safe, inclusive, and informed online community. That's all.
Hi, I am Andrea Calambro and I am here to discuss how to improve digital citizenship. How to improve digital citizenship? So, first is knowing the rights and responsibilities as a citizen. So, we all the people, we need to know the rights of the other people when it comes to digital, because and also we must need to know our responsibilities, like tayong mga students, meron tayong mga gawain sa Schoology na pinost ng ating mga guro. So, kailangan natin yung sagutan on time because that is our responsibilities also as a student to fulfill the activities on Schoology. And also, we must need to know our rights, kung ano lang yung tama, na alam natin tama na pwedeng gawin or pwedeng i-share when it comes to digital. So, next is the sense of belonging and membership to the community. So, sense of belonging and active membership to the community is, for example of this is, halimbawa may patawag na meeting yung punong barangay, and then they will going to inform the other people on their community. So with the help of digital, they would only send the information, the important information through their GCs or group chat of their community to inform the other people.
Hi, hello everyone. I am Dindi Melensi Derelon, and the topic that assigned me is sensitivity to cultural diversity. Sensitivity to cultural diversity is a fundamental aspect of creating inclusive and respectful environments within societies, organizations, and communities. It involves recognizing, respecting, and valuing the unique beliefs, practices, traditions, and perspectives of individuals from different cultural backgrounds. By developing sensitivity to cultural diversity, individuals can enhance their understanding of the complex and richness of various cultures, fostering empathy, open-mindedness, and effective communication across diverse groups. This sensitivity serves as a catalyst for promoting inclusivity, reducing bias, and fostering collaboration among individuals from diverse cultural backgrounds. Through embracing cultural diversity with respect and empathy, we can create environments that celebrate the differences encourage learning, and facilitate mutual understanding and growth. Ang pagiging sensitibo sa pagkakaiba-iba ng kultura ay isang pangunahing aspeto ng paglikha ng inklusibo at magalang na mga kapaligiran sa loob ng mga lipunan. Organisasyon man o komunidad, kabilang dito ang pagkikilala, paggalang, at pagpapahalaga sa mga natatanging paniniwala, gawi, tradisyon at pananaw ng mga individual mula sa iba't ibang kultura. Sa pamamagitan ng pag-unlad ng pagiging sensitibo sa pagkakaiba-iba ng kultura, mapapahusay ng mga individual ang kanilang pag-unawa sa mga komplikado at kayamanan ng iba't ibang kultura, at nagpapaunlad ng empatya, bukas na pag-iisip, at epektibong komunikasyon sa magkakaiba't ibang grupo. Ang sensitivity na ito ay nagsisilbing catalyst para sa pagtataguyod ng inclusivity, pagbabawas ng mga bias at pagpapalakas ng pagkikipagtulungan sa mga individual mula sa magkabilang kultura ng iba't ibang tao.
Hello everyone, I'm Angeline Esungay and now we are going to talk about how to improve digital citizenship. To improve digital citizenship, we must encourage digital empathy. So what do we mean by encouraging digital empathy? So we as a future educators or students should be taught to treat others with respect and kindness, whether it is online or in person. Every time we interact, we must be mindful of our actions for us to build a harmonious relationship with other people, despite of our differences in terms of cultural backgrounds, race, ethnicity, and gender, and social status. It is a must to show respect, treat others equally, and be responsible enough for us to be a good digital citizen. We must build a healthy environment for ourselves and other users where we can feel a sense of belongingness and empathy towards each.
So, hello. So, this is Joanne A. Numananap. So, netiquette. So, what is netiquette? So, netiquette is all about treating others in the virtual world with the same respect that you hope to be shown. When people follow netiquette rules, it allows for more pleasant communication. This is Joanne A. Numananap. So, netiquette considers 6 components. So, we have first is respect for other people's privacy. By respecting privacy, we build trust and friendships. It shows you are care about their feelings and boundaries. Second one, we have awareness of one's limitations and boundaries. Knowing your limits help you avoid getting overwhelmed or frustrated. Even our limits can change. We learn new things and get better. But it's still important to know where we are at the right moment.
Good day. My name is Aisati Sidnao and my assigned topic is under the netiquettes of digital citizenship, which are the sharing of expert knowledge and adhering to the same standards of behavior that one follows. So let's start with the sharing of expert knowledge. So in sharing expert knowledge means passing on informations and skills that come from someone who is very experienced and knowledgeable in specific field. So we as born in 21st century or the so-called Generation Z, we have a knowledge in navigating and using social media. So we are knowledgeable in using Facebook, internet, Google Chrome, and other websites. So in here, we can use our knowledge to help our those people that are not knowledgeable or not so expert in terms of using this platform. So we can teach them, monitor, and collaborate in helping them how to use properly the digital platform. So here we can help them to become more informed, responsible, and safe digital citizens. So in here, for examples, our parents or other people that are not eligible in this, we can help them to, for example, sa mga parents natin is mag-help tayo na mag-change ng kanilang password. So we can help them to learn how to use or change the things that they want to change in digital platforms, receiving emails, using social media platforms responsibly. Also, we can provide guidance, resources, and also we can share knowledge how to use and the proper actions that would be done in using the digital platforms. Fourth one is adhering to the same standards of behavior that one follows. So, from the word itself, adhering, it means that we should maintain loyalty or consistency with the principles, standards, or rule. So, we, as the user of digital platforms, we should be respectful, responsible in both online and offline platforms. So, dapat we should be a role model in using these platforms. So, we should respect others, protect our personal infos, dapat maging digital literate tayo para hindi tayo madaling maloko or alam natin kung ano ang mga dapat na gawin at tama na gawin bilang isang manggagamit ng digital media or the digital platforms na tulad ng mga Facebook, Instagram, at iba pa. So, through adhering it, ang mga individuals is makakreate ng mga respectful, safe, and ethical society. Merong peacefulness sa paggamit ng mga digital platforms at ma-reinforce natin ang good citizenship and magamit sa mabuti ang mga digital platforms para mag-promote ng mga bagay na makakatulong sa pag-unlad ng mga tao. So, dapat maging responsible tayo sa paggamit nito. At ang mga dapat na patakaran na dapat masunod ay dapat bilang tao at mga nagagamit ng mga digital platforms is masunod ito upang mag-guide tayo na mag-good citizens or may participation tayo sa paggamit ng mga good websites na it also contribute to our knowledge, understanding, and also if we are not following orders or the same standards, we can be error. We have some errors or we have some problems in terms of using digital platforms, and digital platforms has also a law. So dapat may mga batas na tayo dapat susunod sa paggamit nito upang mapanatili natin ang magandang pakikitungo or paggamit ng social media.
So, good day everyone. I am Cindy S. Asuncion and I will be discussing to you right now the assigned topic for me, which is under the netiquettes in the digital citizenship. I will be discussing the number 5 and number 6. So, I will first discuss to you the number 5, which is forgiving of other people mistake. So, it is understandable from the word forgiving. So, it means it is our ability on understanding when someone makes a goof or yung kasalanan online, like yung mga typo error or misunderstanding na nangyayari on the internet. So it is our ability of having a long patient. So it is our ability na magkaroon ng mahabang pasensya. So hindi tayo nagagalit kaagad if someone does something bad to us on the internet. Like, hindi tayo nagagalit right away kung may mangyari man na hindi maganda sa atin on the internet. But instead, we will wait for their side of explanation para hindi maglaki yung issue na nangyayari on the internet. So, number 6 is knowing how cyberspace works. So, it means it is just understanding how things happen online. Like yung pag-sending messages or posting on social media. So, dapat alam natin kung ano yung mga ginagawa natin online. It is like knowing our way around the internet. So, dapat alam natin yung mga do's and don'ts on the social media for us to prevent the misunderstanding or the issue that are happening on the social media.